my best here.
Well, you have some more pre-show notes here. You say, I think my hot take on dating is that I think we should embrace non-traditional dating more as a society than we do. I don't believe in the ownership in a relationship that seems to be the norm in society. I strongly believe that for me to have a healthy, long-standing relationship, we need to support each other in experiencing all that life has to offer.
We've been over this.
In sex, in love, and experiences. Your relationship shouldn't hold you back from these experiences, and that stands on good communication and trust. What you want and what you get from your relationship is up to you and your partner, not social expectations. So when you say you don't believe in the ownership in a relationship.
We've kind of all been over this.
Did we? What precisely?
Like the Tate video, like we've kind of like roundabout at this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought maybe you had more on that.
I've been talking.
But for example, like one of my standards for a girl that I would take seriously in the long-term relationship is I don't want a girl who's partying all the time, who's drinking, who's going to bars, who's going to clubs. To me, that does not a good relationship make.
For sure.
So if
and
my
I wouldn't
girlfriend
want that from my boyfriend. I wouldn't want my boyfriend to feel that about me. And both of these opinions are chill. You know, like you can think your way and find the person that you want to date, and I can think my way and find the person I want to date, and I think both are fine.
But what we as men often hear when we say, yeah, we don't want our girlfriend going out to bars, clubs, parties, going into these party type environments with their typically single female friends.
Who hurt you?
We hear insecure, controlling, etc. My view is and you haven't said it, but what they often say is insecure, controlling. What these people call controlling, insecure, I consider just a healthy boundary for a relationship. So I don't know if you have a differing view on that. If you might say that that's acceptable, but you might view it as controlling or insecure. You might say it's not. It's a lack of trust or something.
And it's kind of like I said earlier. It's like it can be either. You know, like, and that's what's the fun of meeting all the people and experiencing people, and like, everyone's so different. And yeah, maybe it'll come from insecurity. You had like a bad ex, or your parents had a bad marriage or something, and then maybe you can take that and work in that relationship to find your good boundary, or it just comes from like personal preference, and you rather your girlfriend not do stuff like that, and you'll find your person that is be like, yeah,
sounds like
I don't need a party. Like that's cool.
Your person would have like no boundaries though, and
I
think that you're like I said before.
They're just different than
you're actually someone who has quite like a big personality. And
like
you would require a man who has very strict boundaries.
Big person.
Yeah, you have a big personality. You'd require a man.
I'm really
to
introverted.
Sort of,
this is really like complimentive.
So you'd require a man, from my observation, that would have quite strong boundaries, in order for you to respect him at all. Because
strong
if you
boundaries.
Have strong boundaries. Someone who's assertive and someone who's quite a masculine sort of guy.
For sure, and if they mix with mine well, like there's certain things that I would be willing to sacrifice for a relationship, and things that I wouldn't, and they might be different than yours, but it's just like person to person.
Well, I on your note here, you say, I strongly believe that for me to have and I already read this, but I just have a point on it. I strongly believe that for me to have a healthy, long-standing relationship, we need to support each other in experiencing all that life has to offer in sex, in love, and experiences. When you say that in a relationship, we need to support each other in experiencing all that life has to offer in sex and love and experiences. Are you talking about sleeping with other people while in a relationship?
If it makes sense for me and my partner, yeah.
Well, is that what you want?
Sure. Yeah. If I have a long-standing committed relationship, I definitely see myself being very comfortable. I'm not a very jealous person. And I think the only time that sucks is with cheating, because you're doing something malicious towards me. You are taking my trust for you and deciding that, fuck that, my sexual urges are more important.
So you would step out as well?
If I feel like it, yeah.
If you feel like it.
It's like a very broad way to say that, but like...
But any guy who lets
I'm not a super like...
Yeah, any guy who lets his girlfriend step out is a cock.
I saw a car license plate on the way here said "Love to Cuck," So.
Well, maybe he's your guy.
I know. I was like trying to wave him down.
Yeah.
I was like, hey.
But the more serious point though is that if that were the case, you wouldn't respect that guy. You'd walk all over him. You would absolutely eat him alive.
Sex is not the only way to respect people.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the actual like fundamental respect in a relationship.
Because my partner is cool with me having a sexual experience outside of a relationship. Therefore, unrespectable, bad guy, walk all over him. No, I don't feel that.
That's
personally,
what you said.
at least.
I'm more talking about like a fundamental respect that happens in a relationship, and this normally happens when the girl feels like the guy is in control and that he's taking the lead and that she can respect him and that she can respect his authority and she can respect the decisions that he makes and think if you just let me finish my point, and she respects the decisions that he makes and that that he's got the lead. When she has a problem, he can solve it. And generally, a guy likes to be respected. We have egos, all of us guys. And like I said before, there's certain superpowers that you girls have that if you just tapped into would be so powerful. And one of those things is just making a guy feel respected. If you know how to make a man feel respected.
But I think respect is earned through communication. Like if my partner
closer, like
okay. If my partner is like, if we get together and have a conversation and come to our boundaries and agreements, it's not disrespecting you. Disrespecting you would be to hear what you're cool with and not cool with, like to hear that you don't want me to like flirt people at the bar.
I tell you what,
and then
what
do.
Respect would be. Respect would be me telling you my boundaries and you saying yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
Your mouth is quivering as you're saying.
Yes, Daddy.
That's wrong.
I feel like most healthy, well-adjusted men are not going to be cool with their girlfriend wanting to fuck or actually fucking other dudes.
But you always bring it back to fucking, and it's not like.
But that's what we're talking
Yeah.
about. That's pretty important.
Yeah.
Like, okay, fine. I wouldn't want you to be emotionally cheating either. I wouldn't want you to be flirting with other dudes either.
Yeah. Going on
What other contexts are there?
Those are great contexts. Just saying, like, they're all going back to fucking. And I don't know. I feel like with the people that I know and surround myself with, where, like, you surround yourself with a lot of people that are in your faith and respect your, like, virginity and probably feel the same.
Most atheist men don't want their girlfriend fucking other dudes. It's not about religion.
I'm not making it about religion. I'm just saying she surrounds herself. No, I don't know. I'm just trying to remember.
You surround yourself with like-minded people.
Yes.
It's not about.
Thank you.
Liberal atheist men probably don't want their girlfriend.
It's not about religion. It's just like-minded people. So I surround myself with people that make.
It's a problem of morality. So yeah, it is a religious problem. Yeah. And you're a liberal, I'm assuming? Liberal atheist?
Not an atheist.
You're agnostic?
I don't know.
She believes in the moon.
Catholic.
God.
Yeah. I grew up Catholic, and then I had, I moved out really young, and I kind of stopped practicing faith.
Okay.
So I've never really like picked it up. And actually going to Thailand was like the first time in a long time that I've re-met spiritual people outside
Buddhists?
I mean, people from all over, different religions, like Buddhists too, for sure. But yeah, I don't have like a idea of what my faith is, you know? It's like one of those like moments.
Yeah.
Do you ever see yourself being monogamous?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like you'd be a very dangerous person to get into a serious monogamous relationship with, just because of your proclivities towards wanting to experience all that life has to offer in sex and love and experiences.
I would hope that I would find like-minded people that make sense for me. That's what everyone hopes in a relationship. And if we agreed, like, hey, like, let's just do us. That's not gonna, like, again, like, I believe in, like, experiencing everything and not holding people back, but at the same time, like, you're doing a give and take in a relationship.
Sure.
I don't know.
Wait, I want to pull up your Twitter really quick, then we're going to move on.
Okay, another Twitter
clip? Pull up, no, the first Twitter thing from her.
Okay, let's say, like, be careful in there.
Yeah, be careful. Why do all boys get so boring after like 2 weeks? Why do they do that? I don't know if we really dove deep on this. So the guys get boring, right?
It's just a gag.
Any danger in a question?
It's just a gag?
I was adding lore to a funny joke.
Gregneck donated $99.
Hold on.
She says that she wants all that like a long-term committed relationship. Sure, Santa is real and the Pope is Presbyterian. Holy Brian, where do you find these people? I'm sorry, the truth is every girl that does S work dies alone or with a simp she don't respect.
True. I don't know, man.
Yes! Gredneck.
You really hit the soundboard on that.
I had to hit it. Pull up the tweet once again. So you're saying that it's just like a joke?
Yeah, because like I had 2 really long relationships back to back, and then I started dating more casually.
Well, you said you've been single for 3 years, and none of them, like nothing's lasted longer than 2 weeks. And you said you get bored super easily, so.
It's like an over-exaggeration of like my point of like trying to get the basis of how I date up.
But when you say bored, like, do you feel that we as men ought to be your entertainers?
No, it's like let's say I'm like dating a guy, and we're having a lot of fun when we hang out, but maybe like we have fun when we're out at the movies or like driving around town, but when we're at home sitting and talking, it's just not doing it. I'm like, I'd rather just cut it off than like keep doing this. You're a great person, but you're just not the person for me.
Too much when you guys have all this life experience and you have all of these different guys, the laundry list grows, and you're like, we had a great time outside. Yeah, but when I was with, Dean, we used to have a great time at home as well. And then when I was with him, we used to have great sex, and the sex isn't as good, and then the laundry list grows.
Basic boring topics. Like he can't talk to me about like politics, or he can't talk to me about like current events. He can't talk to me about like anything.
So the reason why you keep getting
hobbies.
bored to respond to your tweet is because you have too many things that you're trying to look for, too many boxes. You can't let them go.
I think one thing related to that some women will do is if they've dated a lot of men, they will want the amalgamation of those men. So this guy was really good in bed. This guy had a great personality. This guy was the provider. This guy had the status, whatever it is.
But you're dating people, not amalgamations. And I feel, again, like...
But women want the total package. They want the amalgamation.
Yeah, but you're talking to me about my tweet.
Okay, we can come back to the tweet then. So...
We're talking about specifics, not general
I'm just
anymore.
curious, so the 3 years, you say you keep finding yourself in these 2 week things and you get bored or you move on or whatever, and you seem to be the one who ends all of them. How many of these 2 week things would you say there have been? Dozens?
So like the first year being single, I was celibate, didn't date anybody.
For a year?
For a year. Had a long relationship, didn't work out. There was a lot of emotional stress. Needed some time alone to be young and grow into my own self before getting back into the sauce. I don't know. Because I go on a lot of dates. I don't know like how long.
You go on a lot of dates? What do you mean?
Those free dinners?
No, I actually am very Dutch.
You split the bill?
Often, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. When you say you go on a lot of dates, what are we talking about? A couple times a week?
Maybe some weeks.
What's that?
Maybe some weeks, but not like often.
How many in the past?
It's so hard to tell, dude.
In 2023, how many?
In 2023.
First dates have you been on?
Could not tell you.
Above 50.
Give us a range.
Below 50, for sure. 20, 25.
20 first dates? 25?
I don't know.
30? So 20 to 30.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Leave it at that.
How many 2 week things have you had?
Like 2 weeks to like a month. So.
Well.
I count them on my fingers. I don't know, like less than 6.
Okay. Word. But you said when you're just hanging out with them
guy
at the house, that's when you get bored?
That was that guy's reason.
That specific guy.
That was
what about the other guys? You get bored of them?
One guy, I couldn't see us having like a life that made sense together because of what his goals were for his life. And stuff like that. It's like never like anything like so terribly crazy, like you don't make enough or something. It's just like I just don't see our lives working together. And
but you say you get bored. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Because it's a part of the lore of the joke.
The lore of the joke.
Yeah.
Are you a lord?
This is a lot of questions.
Yeah, this is the Inquisition. I mean, just my whole thing on this boredom thing. I definitely think like if a girl is bored just hanging out with you, that's a pretty bad sign.
It's a bad sign. That's why it ends.
But like, for example, I think if a girl really fucking likes you, she will be super stoked to just hang out with you and do nothing. Once you're a girl,
just
like, once you're a girl,
you're not gonna mesh with every single person ever.
Sure.
And I just love meeting people and experiencing people.
And that's gonna make it very hard for you to find a long-term relationship.
Yeah, will you ever match?
Huh?
What do you think? Will you ever match?
Totally.
But like once your girl, like if you've otherwise been just hanging out with your girl and then she starts saying, "Oh, can we go out and do more things? I'm bored." That you might as well break up at that point.
I feel like at that point you don't appreciate your.
She doesn't respect you anymore.
Well,
like a girl who respects you and really likes you and loves you will be happy to just be in your presence.
Should she have stayed with that person?
But this is
like because like they hung out, right? She found that there was something about these people that she didn't like, right? Mm-hmm. Their goals didn't align, their values didn't align.
They're still great people.
But doesn't that mean that
they're
she's
great?
So should she have settled and stayed with them
yes,
because
but they're just not romantically
he was a nice
for
guy?
me.
No, it means that she's looking in the wrong places and doesn't have the right values.
But I'm happy to put myself out there and try.
Wait, are they attractive?
Yes.
Okay. They're good people.
Yes.
They're great for you.
No.
What? But you said they're great people. Sorry, that's a different phrasing.
Just because they're a good person doesn't mean that we're a good fit. I can appreciate.
What would make somebody?
I can appreciate her, and you're married, but like I can appreciate her and still be like, she's a wonderful, amazing person. Should we be together? I don't know.
Well,
we can find
are you bi?
Yes.
Okay. Well, okay. But she happens to be married, so I think she's off.
No, I'm just.
Hey,
she can bring somebody home to her husband.
Okay.
Hey, don't answer for me. Okay.
I want a cut of whatever OnlyFans.
Oh my god.
You guys
whatever
do.
OnlyFans comes out of this.
I just think it's like this TikTok brain where. We're men. We're not your entertainers.
Small intentions,
I'm not
man.
making you
We're
entertainers.
Hold on. We're not your dancing monkeys. If you want entertainment, if you want to be amused, if you want to be entertained, go watch Netflix. When you're ready to have an adult relationship, the foundation of which it's not built on the degree to which we can entertain you.
That's not the vibe, and you don't get me.
I don't get you.
You don't get me.
I don't get you.
No.
You've gone on 21st, 25, 30, 31st dates.
Yay. Woohoo.
What's the common denominator here?
Of the people?
It's you.
Yeah.
It's you.
Yes, because I made a decision for myself that I wanted to date more people because I went from like
dating sucks.
No, it doesn't. I have a great time.
Get free shit.
It's honestly, bro. 31st dates in that to me that.
I mean, it is November, almost November, so that's 11 months.
That's still a lot.
30.
I've been on 3 this year.
Because you go on. Wow.
Well, yeah, women have dating on easy mode.
No, it's fine. I've noticed that you've resorted to like passive aggressive like insults a lot tonight. So
no, it's a wow. It's a wow because women have dating on easy mode.
Am I passive aggressive to you?
Yeah, you are a little bit passive aggressive. That was pretty passive aggressive.
Well, sorry.
Okay, whatever. We don't need to get meta with it. But I mean, like, you've been on 31st dates. Women have dating on easy mode.